Your daily Bible verse for April 7th, 2025 is Proverbs 2, verse 8. In the KJV, he keepeth the paths of judgment and preserveth the way of his saints. In the NIV, for he guards the course of the just and protects the ways of his faithful ones. Now, keepeth the paths of judgment versus guards the course of the just. Now, for me, judgment very much so means an ending to something. It means, like, in the court of law, at the end, the judge makes a judgment. This person is guilty, this person is innocent. The jury gives a thing to a judge. I mean, if it's not done in small, like, claims court kind of situation, if it's a trial by jury, right? The judge is who is officially in charge in that room. So that's a versus, very formal, happens at the end of your life kind of thing. Now, judgment could also be your wise choices, right? So that's another way to look at the term judgment, and that's more in line with what it means here. Guards the course of the just. That is like he is guarding the path of those who are trying to be fair and even, just as in justice, being even and compassionate for others. Persevereth versus protects. Perseverance helps them get through. To persevere is to push through something. Protects is a different thing. That is a sheltering of, a shielding from turmoil. Now, for me, God both helps me persevere and he protects. Like, whatever it is I've got to persevere through, God protected me through for so much worse than what is coming through right this moment. And I need to be in a state of gratitude that he's protecting me at all, because sometimes I am like a giant child having a temper tantrum until I can get my blood sugar hangries in line. And, sometimes I'm just unreasonable to him. And it's just, so yeah, he both helps me persevere through my own, morning routine to make sure my blood sugar is even. And he protects me even though I was really grumpy and said popped off at the mouth or something, because often enough. Right? So then saints versus faithful ones. Now, saint, there's a lot of different definitions of saint. The most formal definition of saint is you must die for your faith. And to me, that is hands down, if you did that, you are a saint. That's in the clause. You died for your faith, you're in. Just like that. Now, the Catholic Church has a variety of ways of making people saints. They have their own process there. The other churches have their other processes. I'm just not even sure what those are. I know it's called canonized when they do it in the Catholic Church, because I've had the discussion about that. Like, it's one of the difference between, like, Protestants and Catholics is who they will and will not pray to. Like, it's not that I don't think the saints are, good people, or the saints aren't in heaven. They are. Whether they died for their faith or they were just really good people. All really good people get to go to heaven. And if you've been declared a saint, you're just more than the average. You were nice to that, homeless person on the corner that whenever you see them. You're more than that level of good. So if you're if you're an exceptional level of good, of course you're in heaven. It doesn't mean I'm going to pray to them. And that's just that's where the religion starts to come in. Difference. I don't care if they pray to them. I don't even think, I'm not, like, I don't have the right to send people to heaven or hell. I start doing things like that, and then I know exactly where I'm going to end up. I'll end up down there. Oh, no. God sorts out what goes on up there. That's not my job, thankfully, because I can't even watch movies in which, like, I need to be warned in advance if a child or an animal is going to die in this thing. Like, I'm a hot, blubbery mess, and that's fiction. So I absolutely am not qualified to do those other kinds of things. Not it. Thankfully, thank you, Lord, for all the things that you do that we don't want to do. So, what are your pre-existing beliefs about who God will or won't protect? Because very often when we're looking at this thing, we're assuming that God's going to listen to us. And he's going to be, you are 100% correct. I got you, boo boo. They are awful. They are evil. They are wrong. I got it. I'm going to smite them. And it's most often that's not the way it is. It's most often like when it's the parents in the room telling you why you're both wrong because one of you was full of ego and they responded with hostility to the hostility. You didn't de-escalate, so you're wrong. And you over there, why are you being a big mouthy jerk? What makes you think you're in charge? And those are two separate punishments, and God is capable of praising, punishing, handling, teaching, because it's not really a beat with a rubber hose kind of guy. It's usually a little bit different than that, more like leave you alone to suffer in your own sin until you're ready to say, hey, I don't like this anymore. Can you come help me now? It's because he's more like hanging around, sitting on the corner, and like, oh, I thought you would never ask. Thank God, because your man, I was really, really having to hold back, but free will. So, does Jesus not come protect those who ask him to the moment they're ready to give over? Do you feel there's demographics that you're allowed to say this one, not that one? Or do you recognize that we don't have any control over it at all? And he's going to decide for us.